In this video, we're going to demonstrate how to use Microsoft Excel to look at Facil data. This can be very useful. To start, we're going to launch Facil, and it's very important that Facil is running when you do this process. We're going to use a sample set of data. And let me reduce the size of the Facil window so we can see the whole thing. All you have to do is start the program. It's not important what you're looking at. Best probably just to leave it at the main menu. Okay, I'm just going to slide it down out of the way. And now I'm going to start Excel. Again, let me move Excel over. And I'm going to make it smaller so you can see the whole window. Okay, a little bigger than this. Okay, now we're going to use the Data tab. By the way, this is Excel 2010, but this should work basically the same way in other versions of Excel. We select Data, and on the toolbar, the very first button says From Access, Get External Data from Access. That's exactly what we want to do. All you have to do is navigate to your Facil data file. If you're not sure exactly where your Facil data file is located, you can always just check on the Facil main menu and look at the bottom, and it will spell out the path to the data file you're using. So again, we're selecting a sample data file here. And now we see this dialog. Don't be intimidated. You're only going to make one little setting here. But it's very important that you see this. And that's why Facil has to be running. If Facil is not running, you will not see this dialog. If you don't see this dialog, you will end up with a situation where you can change the Facil data. That's very dangerous. You must not do that. But by running Facil, before you do this in Excel, you will see this dialog. Once you see the dialog, you click Advanced, and right here you see Access Permissions. This is the important part for safety. If this doesn't happen, if you don't do this, you're exposing yourself to a very dangerous situation where you can corrupt your Facil data and you will not be able to use Facil anymore. Obviously, that would be terrible. So let's change this. And all you have to do is, again, click the Advanced tab and select Read. All the other boxes should not be checked. Only Read should be checked. Now we click OK. Now you're going to see a list of all the data tables that are in Facil. Now, all the data tables, the regular data tables, the name starts with TBL. But then they're in alphabetical order, and the names are pretty clear. You shouldn't have any problem finding the data table you want. For example, we just want a list of the equipment types that we have entered in Facil. So we'll just select this table, equipment type, and click OK. Now here's another dialog, but you don't have to do anything here. This is simply going to tell you that we're making a table and we're putting it up in the first cell. We click OK, and bang, there is the Facil data. That's all there is to it. I can now scroll through this, and you see at the top, these are the names of the fields that are in the record for equipment type. There's an ID number, the code, the description. Again, the names are not exactly the same as the labels you see on the screen, but they're very close, and you shouldn't have any problem understanding what the different fields are. Package available, for example, true or false. It's the same as being checked or not checked on the form. Display in public, same thing, replacement cost, so on and so forth. I don't think you'll have any problem understanding this. And now you can sort this. Now it's sorted by ID number, but and it looks alphabetical, but when we get down towards the bottom, we see that it's actually not alphabetical. These are the later entries that were made out of alphabetical order. If I want it in alphabetical order, I just click the little tab here, sort A to Z, and now it's in alphabetical order by equipment type code. Another really useful thing you can do is filter. Over here you have inventory types, package, unit, and supply that you should be familiar with. Again, I click the little drop down, and I can choose, say, just supplies, and it filters it and shows me just supplies. So this is very useful. Of course, I can print this now. Let me select the part I want to print. We'll just print the first 3 columns. We'll go to page layout. This is all standard Excel stuff if you know how to use Excel. Set print area. Go to File and Print. And let's just do it over here. We'll say Print Preview. And there you can see it's going to print just the supply because we filtered it with the 3 columns that we asked for and so on. So very useful. There's a lot of things you can do with this. All right, let's go back home, and now we're going to save this. And I'm going to save it on my desktop, and I'm going to call it Facil Equipment Types. Well, not typing very well here. There we go, and save it on the desktop. Done. Now I'm going to close it. Facil's still running. I'm going to close Facil as well. And here is my saved spreadsheet that I saved on the desktop. Now that it's all set up, I can open this anytime and see those equipment types. Now, you notice it says data connections have been disabled. That's not really a big issue, but if you say enable the content, now it will refresh itself, and you can refresh it anytime. So I can go over here and click in the data tab, click refresh all, and you didn't see anything change. But if someone had edited Facil, or we had saved this last week and then come back to it now, it will update. So you don't have to recreate this if you're going to be using it occasionally. You can just save it and leave it, and it's a view of whichever data table you've selected in Facil that you can go to anytime, click refresh, print it, sort it, review it, do whatever you need. So this is very, very useful. Again, I can't emphasize too strongly how important it is that Facil is running when you create the sheet, and that you see that dialog box where you check the read permissions. Go look at that again. Make sure that happens. If you connect to the data table without that happening, you have a live connection. You can edit the data. If you edit the data, you will break something, and Facil will not work anymore. It's on you to do this correctly, but it's not hard to do. Enjoy.